salsa, fresh chips and salsa. Never did a spice taste so sweet. You're bringing me the chips and salsa. My impulse was to look at them and never eat. And keep them in an airtight space right behind my face, where I can taste them but they never go away. Cause I can dream about chips and salsa, fresh chips and salsa. I hope you bring them to me every day.
Hey dear.
Hey.
So you work out everything in training for tonight? I got a salad from the store. Just need to drop in a dish so it looks like I made it. That wouldn't matter though. Tammy can always tell. I don't think George will though. He really touches the stuff anyway.
Dennis, add some cheese, spread some of it on top, and you might even fool Tammy. And no, I haven't talked to Renee yet.
Dale, you need to talk to her. When a man starts to feel suspicious of his wife, you have two options. Either stick your head in the ground like ostriches do, or you can confront her and try your best to do something about it. If there is a problem, I mean...
There is a problem. Dennis, she's been so distant lately. Only I could ask, but I don't want her to take offense if I'm wrong, which I'm not. Besides, she won't like being questioned.
Then throw her off guard. You know all those stories where some guy makes all these big romantic gestures to his girlfriend, and it looks like he's going to propose to her, and instead he just uses a small jewelry box to give her lottery tickets or something that's just bad news. And then when he really proposes to her after your reaction, she gets sad and starts crying, and you don't know why, because you just give her two reasons to cry about. But she is starting with two types of emotion at the same time, you know.
No, stop, Dennis. You're getting a bit carried away. I've never heard a story like that before. But I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's a good thing. That's why we're friends, Dennis.
I mean, it was a hypothetical situation, and it didn't work for you guys, because the two of you are already married.
Right. Alright, we gotta go. Remember to bring the cheese, Dennis.
The cheese? Oh yeah, on top of the salad. Got it. See you tonight.
Not again. Now I'll have to add light bulbs to the list. And the hardware store's in the opposite direction.
Honey, I'm home.
Hey there.
May I have this dance?
Do you really have to ask?
Manners, my darling, never let me wrong.
Maybe you should teach me some.
Oh, I will. Did you finish that list?
No,
Why not?
the light went out, and I missed you.
I missed you too. I miss you every day.
Tell me why.
Because it feels like I don't see you enough.
I'm not going anywhere.
I wish we worked at the same schools.
No, you don't. If we did, we'd either never come home, or you would spontaneously combust from the presence of children.
Yeah, that would be problematic. I sure would miss the leaky faucets and the squeaky stairs. Yeah, the kids would be tough. I'd rather not think about that. Me plus young children. Maybe not. College kids I work with are tough enough. But they don't drool or need diapers changed. They just need to get lives.
You missed all of your coworkers, and you get bored seeing me at work every day and coming home to me.
That's not true. You're all that I need, and you're all that I will ever need.
Are you sure?
I'm in love with you.
With me?
No, with some other amazing woman. Of course, who else?
You're crazy.
Only for you.
Stop it.
That is an impossible request, my dear.
How did I get so lucky?
I was actually just wondering the same thing.
I'm gonna finish that list.
Okay.
What time is it, George? Oh, and did you find the candles I wanted for the table?
It's 6:30, sweetie. We have plenty of time. The candles are on the table, and the matches are in my pocket.
How would I ever survive without you, George? I'd be a lost old woman. I wouldn't be able to find my slippers, and I wouldn't have anyone to share the morning paper with.
And you wouldn't have anybody to get all the stuff off that high shelf for you, or change the times on the clocks, or explain to you how electricity works.
Hey, I know how electricity works.
Oh, well, then you're all set.
I guess so. I love that you still do that. I say something the least bit sad, and you make me smile before I can dwell on it.
40 years of marriage will do that, sweetie.
I think you're right. Renee should be here any minute. You know her, always getting here early so she can sneak in a private chat with you.
You know, I thought that once we got her out of the nest, that we'd be done with her, but no, she keeps coming back.
George!
Tammy, sweetie, I'm kidding.
I know. I just like to tease you. Got you good, didn't I? Do you have your shoes on?
Yes.
Would you please go get the evening paper so Renee doesn't bother with it?
Right.
Dad, I have so much to tell you.
Would you like a glass of wine?
Yes, please.
I just went to the market and I picked up a nice new bottle.
You're always at that farmer's market.
Nice. So, tell me, where are we?
Well, Dennis has finally decided to take the next steps. He's going to get a lawyer.
Finally, that's great. You told him he could come to me. I mean, he knows I used to be in practice. I can work with him on getting the paperwork set up and find the best lawyers for a situation. Your mother still sends Christmas cards to my former colleagues.
Of course he knows. I think he might try and set something up with you tonight. Not for the Dale, of course, but you know he'll find a way.
Yeah, Dennis has always been pretty good at handling sensitive situations. I'll do my best to help him.
Thanks, Dad.
I know where you stand with this, and I will always support you, but you're going to have to tell Dale.
I know I have to, but I've been able to keep it from him for so long. I'm worried about his reaction. I don't want to ruin our connection and our relationship and our marriage.
It's not fair to him. Does he have the slightest idea of what's going on?
I'm not sure he does. He sometimes hints that he might know something's wrong, but I don't know if he knows what it is, or if he's afraid to ask.
Well, you're going to have to find that out. I mean, if he's developing false conclusions, it's only going to make the situation worse for everyone. You might want to ask Dennis to talk to him, just to find out what he's thinking. Dennis could do that. He could invite him out to play billiards and kind of feel him out, and that way you wouldn't have to risk Dale's reaction just yet.
That could work, but do you think Dennis is the right person to ask him? With him being so closely connected to the issue and all.
Renee, Dale and Dennis have known each other for years. They work together. Dennis knows how Dale works, and you're his wife, and you know how he works too. But when friends talk to friends about certain situations, they do it differently than when they talk to their spouses about it.
So friends talk with friends about the people they're with. So that makes Dennis the perfect person.
Yes, he is. All right. Enough of this, sweetie. Tell me something good that's been going on in your life.
Okay, let's see. You know those twins in my second grade class I sometimes tell you about?
The identical twins, except the one having floppy black hair and the other one having yellow curls.
You remember.
I did. It must be all the orange juice your mother makes me drink. She says it's good for my memory. Maybe it is. So, what did those twins do?
George, they're here. Please let them in. I can't leave my soup. Hi, sweetheart.
Hi, Mom. What kind of soup are you making?
Take a taste.
Italian wedding soup, right? It's so good.
Help me with the bowls, would you please? To pop this on the stove.
George, you always have something for dinner. I can't thank you enough.
Dale, you're always welcome here. Besides, it gives Tammy and me a chance to see our daughter.
And me, you can never give up the chance to see your favorite non-son you love.
That's right. Family wouldn't be complete without you, Dennis. Oh, hey, how's your son doing?
Dad's, is as good as a typical teen.
As good as a typical teen. All right, I guess that's good. So, boys, get ready. Tammy's been cooking for hours. Excellent.
Darlings! Both looking well.
Thank you.
Ready for a hot meal?
Always, Tammy. No one can cook quite like you.
It smells great. Is there anything I can help with?
Oh, Dale, you're too sweet. No, we've got this. You just sit down and relax.
Hi, darling.
Hey, Tammy. What did I do?
Matches are in this pocket.
Thank you, sweetie.
Look here, have some salad. It's very nutritious. See it all green? One can never eat too much of green. This plate is a perfect palette of color. You see, I have a sea of green, dusting of wet pebbles, stout white trees, all of which are waiting for you to pick a flavor for the river that will flow over every valley. It is so beautiful. It could be a landscape.
I guess it could be. Dennis, I talked to my father about the situation, and I...
Later.
I'll get it.
How's school going this semester?
Well, teaching the significance of using literature to college students isn't exactly easy. It used to be just getting their participation that used to be the hard part, but now it's just getting them to actually read the books.
See? Huh.
I mean, Tammy, it's ridiculous. When I was in college, I'd actually read the books and write 15-page research papers. I couldn't just look up the synopsis on SparkNotes and snap of a finger. I mean, honestly, I don't have much hope for this generation.
Oh, come on. They cannot be that bad. They sound like, young lost souls trying to find a place in society. You were there once.
I was.
See?
I was nothing like that.
Well, do we have any gems in your classes?
Well,
Yeah, Jen's alright. Danny deals a bit pessimistic when it comes to his students, but don't ever let that fool you that he doesn't hate all of them. He favors the innocent and the do-gooders, to corrupt the rebels, or the sleep-deprived ones. But that is just normal for him. Personally, I prefer the rebels because they add a shock factor to what could have been a boring lecture.
Dennis, you teach creative writing.
Yeah, and I'm darn happy with it. I mean, How often do you get to read papers about a medieval sheriff that was transformed into a hamster? Who experiences teenage angst, experiments with the art of poker, and invents cure for paper cuts?
I guess that'd be work from one of your gems, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
Well, I think it's good that you two work together. I'm sure you balance each other out when the stress hits.
Story time.
Sure.
Can you move over a little?
Sure.
Alright, casserole is almost ready. It needs a few more minutes, I think. It's doing that thing where it gets gold around the edges.
It's probably fine. But I'll be right back.
Well, I tried.
Oh, hey, George. Did you hear? I was telling Tammy. My students, they're watching the movies instead of reading the books.
Oh, are they now? They're so clever. Why don't you assign books that haven't been made into movies yet?
I don't mean to be rude, but I need to stretch a minute. When all this 5-mile run this morning that nearly killed me.
Well, Dennis, I know there are people say it's good to stretch between meals, but I've never heard of stretching between courses.
Well, that's the same thing for me. It'll only take a minute.
I used to be embarrassed for him, but now it's just Dennis.
Yeah, we've known him for years. I wouldn't change it.
Anyways, George, like I was saying, if I was to do that, first, I'm going to have to go and change my entire curriculum. Not to mention get it approved by the board, which would take God knows how long. Then I'd have to actually read the books myself so I could actually teach them. And I need to have structure so I know what I'm talking about. Sorry.
Board approval can be overrated.
George, how can you say that the board members
Why don't you try the soup?
Okay, yeah.
aren't an important part of the equation?
Dale, relax. I'm just kidding. I've been around the block with authority. I know how it works.
Right.
I'm back. I'm back.
Would you look at that? It didn't burn.
All thanks to me.
Mom, you shouldn't have. This dish takes forever to make, but she normally only makes around the holidays. It's 7 layers.
Oh, honey, it was no trouble at all.
Yeah, she enjoys making these casseroles. She even sent me to the farmer's market to get the fresh herbs and vegetables.
Thanks, Mom.
He did help.
And Dad.
I think we need some foil to keep it warm.
You know, that's a good idea.
Oh, I'll get it.
Oh, thank you, Dale.
Hey, George. Do you remember the time when I bought a car for the weekend?
Oh, how could I forget? He brought back the wrong car.
That's half the story. I mean, the end could have really been,
Well, right. Okay. He took my car, he's going up Route 3, and he felt he had to stop when he saw a car stuck on the side of the road.
Well, it was not like they were sitting in their car and calling for help.
No, they were flagging him down and waving and sending off flares in the daytime.
They clearly needed my help.
So he figured the guy had a flat tire and had already used a spare.
I got to talking with this guy and he needed to get back to the road because his mother had just sent to the hospital.
Yeah, I wasn't so sure that was the case because I thought he might have been late to a party. I mean, after all, we did find a 6-pack in the back of that truck.
He was a stand-up guy.
Okay, whatever. So, what did you do, Dennis?
Well, I helped that guy out.
Yeah, don't make a habit of it. He gave him my car. I forgave you for it, but don't do it again.
You didn't.
But I did. I told him that I was in no rush, exchanged info, and sent him on his way.
And how was it that you managed to get home again?
I put my spare tire on his way.
That actually worked?
Yes and no.
Yeah, he got the car back all right. The wrong car.
And I had some back pain for a few weeks, but that was that.
No, that wasn't it.
Alright. I bought the guy a tire, drove him up to the hospital with scar effects, made the swipe,
And that was that.
Wow, he must have really pranked you.
Oh yeah, he did. He let me keep the six-pack from his car.
And the guy's mother sent him a really nice note thanking him for helping her very fortunate son.
I always thought you deserved more than a note, though.
Well, are you suggesting he get a lap dance and a shot of Patron?
Oh, George!
I just kidding, just kidding.
I'm sure Jennifer wouldn't approve of that behavior.
Mom, let's not bring her up right now, please.
Jennifer used to be just as much a part of this family as Dennis is. It's silly to pretend she doesn't exist. Doesn't her opinion still matter to you, Dennis?
No, it doesn't. I want her out of my life, and Darren's out of hers.
Forgive Tammy. Look, she just wants someone to care for you. And that's what you have us for, son.
That's right, Dennis. You know that you and Terrence are always welcome in our family.
Thank you. Really.
She hasn't decided to go into rehab yet, has she?
Oh, Mom!
I'm just asking.
It's okay. And no, she hasn't. I mean, that's the reason why I'm trying for custody now.
Dennis, why don't you and I talk about this later? Let's talk about something happier. Tammy, tell these kids what we're going to be doing in a few weeks.
George has finally said yes to skydiving. Yes, we're going in 2 weeks. We're going to be dropped over that field on Miller Street. They even have a senior citizen discount.
Tammy, are you sure that's safe at your age?
Dale, are you suggesting that I am too old to fall from the sky, drift safely to the ground with a parachute?
Yes, I am.
Well, you're just being silly. We'll be fine.
I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of cute.
Yeah, in a romantic kind of way.
You'll fall from the sky holding hands. I can picture it. It'll be so adorable. But please, take some pictures. They do that, right?
Take pictures with the jumpers?
Oh, yeah.
We'll do that.
No, I'm sure they'll give us a few tips before they let us jump. But I'm certain that's a common practice.
Here. Mom, you should take my camera.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
And you are worried about them skydiving!
They'll let you put your hand on the table. Let's take it out to the side. I'm sure we can get this fixed up. Here. And there you go.
Hey, Dennis. Can you stand for a second? This is kind of embarrassing, but...
Did you get him on Splinter?
No. I don't know if you noticed during dinner, but Dale's been a bit clean lately, and I'm not really sure what to do.
I saw that. A bit out of character for him, but it's not like he doesn't show you affection normally.
I'm glad you saw it too.
Do you want me to talk to him and see what's up?
If you wouldn't mind,
Whenever. It's no problem.
thanks, Dennis. And if it happens to be about our particular issue, please don't tell him. I need to be the one.
Oh jeez, okay, I will. I mean, I won't. I'll take him out to play pool or something.
Thanks, Dennis. You're really amazing.
You wanted to see me?
Terrence, yes, I did. Please, come in and have a seat. I'm glad your school's so close. So, have you talked to your father about his progress with the paperwork?
Yeah.
You know, the time it takes to process paperwork is really astounding. You'd think that
Do you know why she did it?
Why she did what?
Why she went and had me in the first place? She doesn't even care that I exist. And I don't understand why you would help someone like her give birth to a child.
Your mother was a completely different person when I knew her.
Please do not call her my mother. She has done nothing to deserve that name. I do not have a mother.
Okay. Can we talk about something else for a minute? So your dad said that he was going to take Dale to play pool tonight and thought maybe he would take you if you wanted to go. I don't know. I don't know if you'd be up for it. Dennis did win a few tournaments back in the day. He'd probably win, and that might be too much fun for you.
No, he can't be that good. He can barely fill his coffee cup in the morning without spilling, and he's way too shaky.
Well, I guess you'll have to see for yourself if you won't take my word for it.
Yeah, I'll let you know how it goes.
All right, Terrence. I gotta get back to this lesson plan, but tell your dad I said hello.
Okay.
Hey, George. Damn, said you'd been here.
Hey, Dennis, come on in. Glad to see you.
Yeah, me too. Got some plans with Dale later, but I'm all yours right now.
Are you planning on telling him about your custody case, or more importantly, that little matter that hasn't quite surfaced yet?
Oh, no. I'd rather not worry with my issues right now. About the custody, it's just a downer. It won't change anything to tell him now or later. What would I say anyway? Hey, Dale, guess what? My ex needs rehab and won't leave custody of her son because she's rich off her inheritance.
Oh, yeah, for starters, I'd say something like that. But I'd also bring up that little matter about Renee.
Oh, that. It's really not a big deal. Honestly, I don't even know what she hasn't told him by now. He doesn't like kids, but that shouldn't prevent him from...
Wait. Dale doesn't like kids? Is that what Renee told you?
She didn't have to tell me anything. Anyone can figure that out. He doesn't like kids.
Well, it's not that he doesn't like kids exactly. It's just that he had a very traumatic childhood, and I think he's afraid that he might inflict some of that damage upon his own children, which obviously he would rather not have happen.
What? Come on now, George, really? He's not going to sit and worry about his past when he's holding a newborn child in his arm. I'm telling you this from my experience. This is never going to happen.
It's not me you have to convince. I mean, Dale's a bit obstinate. And so far, he's resisted getting any counseling for his issues.
That is really selfish.
Well, it is selfish. Renee's been standing next to him for, 10 years now. She really wants children, but she loves Dale too much to rush him. I'm afraid that she's going to lose her gift of giving life just for this man. I mean, we love Dale, but he can be just so goddamn stubborn.
Yeah, and she cannot wait for all these things. It won't be long before she's pushing 40.
Yeah, well, you can't change the past, but you can focus on the present and do the best you can. So, how does that apply to you?
Well, I'll have to tell Dale. Tell him everything.
Everything?
Yes, George. Tell him everything. I know Renee doesn't want me to, but she has almost had 10 years now.
You don't know how happy this makes me, Dennis.
But I haven't told him yet, George.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like celebrating.
Can we do this while we're digging into these files?
Oh, yeah, I was just going through those files to see if I can find some cases that would help you. You start on the files. I'll go get us a little something.
All right. Hi, this is Dennis.
Oh, hey, Dennis.
I was actually just calling Tammy. I must have dialed you instead.
Oh, yeah. You have the right number. Let me get Tammy for you.
All right. Dennis, why are you even over there? You okay? We're still meeting up in an hour, right?
Oh, yeah. I'll explain it to you later. There she is. Here's Tammy.
Hey Dale, how are you, hon?
Decent. How are you?
Much better. Just a little congestion left.
Good. I'm just calling about dinner in a few weeks. I know I always ask, but really, what can we bring?
I'll tell you the same thing I tell you every time you ask. Just bring your love and let us do the rest.
All right, so we'll bring a salad.
Well, you know I can't say no to some leafy greens. A salad would be lovely.
Salad it is then. Thank you, Tammy.
Anytime, hon. Call anytime you want to chat.
Oh, I know. And have a good night, Tammy.
How are you doing on those files, Dennis?
Oh, rather well, I think. Have a look.
What is that?
It's my life.
I see, okay.
I thought if I had it all laid out, we could have a better picture of what happened.
All right, sure, that might help. What happened to the files I gave you?
It's right here.
I wanted you to read those, Dennis.
Well, I skimmed them.
Sure you did. Look, why don't you get ready for your meeting with Dale, and we'll do this again next week. And I'll just reorganize the files for you.
Okay then. See you, George.
Good night, Dennis.
Hey there. I'm glad that I convinced you to come out, man.
Yeah. So, what was it you wanted to talk about?
Oh, we can get to that later.
No, Dennis, I think you should tell me now. Pretty sure I know what this is about.
You do? I didn't think you do.
Renee, right?
Yeah, Renee. Want a break?
No. I'll let the experts show me how it's done.
I don't think I'm quite following you.
You're trying to break up my marriage.
No. Why would you think that?
I see the way you laugh together. The way she hugs you. The way you two talk in secret. I swear to God, Dennis.
You got it all wrong. I'm not having an affair with Renee.
No? What was this about? What do you want to talk about? This is about Renee, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Spit it out.
Without Renee, I wouldn't have the rent.
You son of a bitch.
That came out wrong.
Is your friend all right there, sir?
Oh yeah, he's just a little hungover.
I see. Can I get you anything?
Yeah, I've some black coffee, please, and something foul for this guy, you know, to sober him up.
I'll see what I can do. Be right back.
Thanks.
Holy shit! I'm alive.
Shut up. I wasn't gonna kill you.
I wouldn't put it past you. You cloaked me pretty good, man.
You can't really blame me.
Damn right I can. You didn't hear me out.
Right, well, now's your chance.
Hold on a sec. Give me your arm.
I'm not gonna punch you again, unless you give me a reason to.
Okay, so I want to explain this to you, but I want to tell you from the beginning so that it makes sense.
Okay, as long as it doesn't involve an affair with Renee.
It doesn't, I swear.
Okay, we have one black coffee, and for you, this remedy.
Thank you.
Jean's parents died in a tragic accident. They left her a fortune, but that didn't really make her feel any better. Then she gets this invitation to a high school reunion. I had no idea why she wanted to go, but I thought she might reconnect with old friends and she'd have fun. So I didn't think too much of it, you know. I thought it might make her feel a little better, less sad. And reconnect? She did. Met up with her old meth head boyfriend apparently. I guess she was a pill popper when she was in high school while dating that guy. I had no idea because she had been clean for years and never really relived her high school days with me. Ew, what is this?
Don't drink that. Excuse me. Could we have another black coffee, please?
Sure thing. I see he's sobered up.
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
Just keep going.
So anyway, she does meth with this old flame at the reunion and doesn't come home for days. She finally comes home and makes sure that I know she's not having an affair. I naively believe her until she starts neglecting Terence. Soon after, she comes to me and tells me that she's having an affair with this guy from high school and wants a divorce. I could see how messed up she was and how drugs or what was pulling her into this guy. I pleaded with her, tried to get her to rehab to get her clean so we could be a family again, but she wanted none of it. So we got the divorce, and then she brought me to court to get custody of Terence. I thought for sure that she would just leave us and that would be it, but no. The method had convinced her that if she had full custody of Terence, she could collect child support from me. I didn't understand this because she inherited a fortune when her parents died. I guess that meth must have been more expensive than that I thought. I was beside myself. My wife, that I had been in love for years, who birthed my son, leaves me. Not only that she kicked me out of the house because it was a parents' house, she also put me in a position that made me unfit for any kind of custody from my son. So for years, I've been building my life back up. I'm now allowed to see Terence every other weekend.
That sucks. So, you're working with George to get Terence back. I had no idea you're having so much trouble. Why didn't you tell me?
I'm not the one to put my problems on other people.
But you told George and Tammy, right?
Yeah, George is helping me build a case to get custody.
That's good. Yeah. He really knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I knew Jen was crazy, but I didn't know she got into meth. That's rough shit.
Yeah, I don't like talking about it.
But wait, what does this have to do with Renee?
Okay, so you remember what I told you just before you sung with me?
That you wouldn't have Terence if it wasn't for Renee or something. Yeah, could you explain that to me?
Renee will kill me later if I tell you this, but she's had 10 years to tell you this, and it can't go on any longer. That's really not a big deal.
Come on, Dennis, just tell me.
So you remember how Renee and I met?
In college or something?
Or something. Dale, I met Renee at this fertility clinic. Jen was having trouble producing eggs, but her womb was fine. So we entertained this idea of having an egg donor. We were able to get one, and she happened to be Renee. Typically, you don't meet the egg donor, but Jen really wanted to reach out to her and ask questions before the process really started. So we met her, and it all really started off. She was there for the whole process, and when Terence was born, we asked her to be his godmother. We've been friends ever since, and it has never been weird, and I've never had a love interest in Renee. We're simply family friends.
Family friends that have a child that share their genetic makeup. What the hell? So why is Renee so set on having a child when she's already had one without me?
No. She hasn't birthed a child, Dale. She wants to. I know she does. And you know it. I think this thing with Terence hurts her more than makes her happy.
What do you mean?
Well, she helped create a child. It was not hers. She was there for the whole time while he was growing up, and it didn't really got to be her experience or her child. She wants that with you, not with me. She loves the friendship we have, and she likes that she helped create Terence, but she wants a child of her own.
I know she does.
Dale, you know that she's not as young as she used to be. You realize that if she's gonna have a baby, it has to be right now. Like, you need to get home to her right now and jump her bones, or try some kind of Dale magic that I know you have in a relationship.
But why would she become an egg donor?
You should bring that up with her.
Yeah, I guess so.
I know she wants a child, and I guess I've held out on her.
I talked to George. He said that there's some past history bothering you.
Yeah, there is.
Well, you need to get yourself together for Renee. Go to therapy. Write a journal, start a blog. I don't care. The window is closing for you to play this sad trouble guy routine. You have to choose between letting your past determine your future or let go of your past and start choosing to choose a future.
I know you're right.
Well, you're taking this Renee news rather well.
It's a surprise, but it's for me to talk to Renee about. It doesn't really concern you. And it's not really as bad as I thought, honestly.
Don't you feel silly? Me having an affair with Renee? That's ridiculous.
Silly wouldn't exactly be the word, Dennis. I just don't know why everyone held this from me for so long. What do you think I would do?
I don't know. Punch someone? Wait, you just did that.
Dennis, you gotta give me some more credit. I really thought you were having an affair with my wife.
You give attention to the wrong things. Whose hand is he always holding? Who does he still give good glances to? Whose feeling is he worried about upsetting?
Mine.
That's right.
Okay, I gotta get home to Renee. Excuse me, could we have the check, please?
Of course. I'll be right back.
Speaking of, it's Renee. Hi, hon.
What is it?
We're on our way. I love you. Yes, we'll be careful. Do you need anything from the house? Okay, we're on our way. Renee, I love you.
What is it?
It's George. He got into an accident. Come on, we gotta go.
It was so sudden and unexpected. When we got to the hospital, he was already gone. As soon as Renee saw me, she held on tight and didn't let go. Her tears were everywhere. She cried so much. I'd never seen her like that before.
I don't even know what to say. I love that man. George was the funniest man I knew. And he was an amazing husband to Tammy. He loved her so much. And me. He took me in, like a son.
I met him a few times. Dad talked about him a lot. He was the closest thing to a grandparent I would have had. He let me borrow this interesting book once. It was about survival and stuff. It didn't have a section for surviving car accidents, but it should have.
Yeah, I remember that night. Yeah, and then this left so fast that Greg actually paid the bill, of course. Dennis came in the next morning to take care of it. Told me everything. It's real sad, George would be one of our regulars. Used to spend everything in Tanny. Black coffee with milk, he'd say. And Tim Hill out of the blueberry store.
And Dad means the world to me. I know reactions to death are all different. I did cry. Bawled my eyes out all over Dale when he got to the hospital. Now what? I wait for the other stages to hit? I don't think so. I'm going to be the rock in my family. I need to be there for my mom. That's my plan. Mom?
Hi, Hannah.
How are you feeling? Do you want me to drop a warm bath for you?
Of no need. Just sit with me.
I love you, Doc. I love you too, Mom.
They say time heals the heart, but it was just so stupid how he died. Not as if at our age we weren't somewhat prepared for one of us to leave the other, but you always think it's going to be on your timetable, no matter how unrealistic that is.
I know.
George. I wasn't even halfway to crazy. We used to laugh about that.
About who would go crazy first?
I told him he was already there because I was always having to remind him of everything. Do you know what he would say to that?
No. What did he say?
He said that he let me remind him of things so that I would always feel needed. He didn't want me to ever forget that. What a lovely man. I'm just lucky we had such a good run, I guess.
Mom, I wanted to let you know. I did talk to Dale.
Oh, Renee, that makes me so happy. Oh,
Mom, stop.
stop talking.
We talked and turns out Dennis got to Dale before I did. That did make things easier.
And?
And what?
Well, what did he say?
He was okay with it. Sure, he had some questions, but who wouldn't?
Well, very true. I'm so proud of you. You know who else is?
Dad.
He'd be so happy that the secret that was tearing you apart is now setting you free. Do you know what I mean?
I think I do.
Do you know what time it is?
I think it's almost 8.
Ah, good. Well, your dad and I used to always watch this show. It comes on at 8. Do you want to watch it with me?
All right. But if it's anything to do with vampires, I'm not watching it.
No, it's not vampires. It's acrobats.
Acrobats.
Uh-huh.
There's a show on acrobats.
Oh, honey, there's a show on everything.
Clearly. So, why don't you tell me about these acrobats?
Well, what makes them so special is that they build houses.
They build houses.
Yeah, it's the darndest thing. You have to see it. I think I should make popcorn.
I'll take the popcorn.
Okay.
Wait, don't go anywhere. You sit. The show's not over yet. It's a couple months later now. I just thought everybody ought to know. Later now, a couple months. Thanks.
Dennis, how's it going?
Dennis.
So glad you made it. Of course. And he got a salad. Happens. You shouldn't have.
Terrence, how are you?
Can't complain.
My mom's not too bad of a cook, huh?
She's the best.
Oh, you're all here. Good.
Hi, Mom.
Dale.
Is that a new necklace?
Why, yes, it is. Terrence helped me pick it out.
Nice job, man. I think you have better taste than I do.
It's true.
Hey.
I'm just kidding.
Danny, I'm so glad that you left Terrence and I live with you. I'll never be able to thank you enough.
I love having my boys here. It beats living in this big house all by myself.
It's really all thanks to George, though, isn't it?
It is.
That's right, it is. If it weren't for him, he would have found the best way to plead your case, and Terrence wouldn't be sitting with us tonight.
I know. I just cannot believe that he kept working on it and finally figured it out. And that is right when, you know.
Right before the accident, yes. Bless him.
Let's toast to George.
Let's.
All right, let's.
To George!
Everyone, Dale and I have something we want to tell you.
We're expecting.
We are!
Congratulations! We just found out this morning. It was so hard to keep it from you guys.
To think that Tina had a hard time keeping a secret for 3 hours.
Oh boy! Hey.
Too soon.
So you're not gender yet? No, not yet, but we've started to think of names.
Well, don't name him Chip.
Why would we name him after food?
I think he's referring to if you combine your names.
Chip and Dale. Okay, alright.
Funny, but no, we won't name him Chip, you see.
Okay.
What about Fiona for a girl and Bernard for a boy?
Mom, we have plenty of time to think of names.
I kind of like Bernard.
I know you're right, I'm just so excited. Oh, before I forget everyone, make sure you save plenty of room for dessert. Terrence helped me make it.
Neil, can you pass me the potatoes?
Sure.
Dad? Oh, I have too much.
See, I made Terrence make dinner one night. What happened? Food poisoning.
Wait. You were actually sick? I thought you were playing hooky.
It was only a few hours.
A few hours of suffering that could have been prevented if I had ordered out instead of letting you loose in the kitchen.
Well, you can be rest assured that nothing like that's going to happen tonight. It is not only edible, it is going to be delicious.
Well, we'll see.
All right.
Terrence, go and grab a slice for your dad right now, and if he stomachs it, we'll maybe let him have another piece later.
So it seems that you and Terrence are getting along quite well.
You know, the young ones just want to be understood. And I have all the time in the world to listen, so we've gotten close pretty quickly.
He's lucky to have you, Tam.
Thanks, Dale.
Well, let's see.
Enjoy. Chocolate.
You made this. It's good.
Yeah, it's kind of fun too.
I think we should all start with dessert. I want some. Oh, your plate's just scooped up. Oh, my God.
I sure would miss the leaky faucet and the squeaky stairs.
Take 9. Rolling. Take 10. Rolling. Take 15.
Understand that
You know what
before we-
this is?
Yeah, I do.
It's
I
a
do.
book.
Yeah, it is. We definitely want to look at here. I happen to co-write this book.
I'm an Arthur.
I wrote that book.
You did not.
You got to be behind me.
No.
Hey,
May I have this dance?
we've been married for 10 years. Of course you can.
Awesome.
Tammy, come here. In 5 minutes? That's a long time.
You know, now that I think of it, I remember him coming in with his wife. Yeah, she was always the one that ordered the BLT, but then without the bacon. Crazy people always end up on drugs.
Terrence, yes. Have a seat. Have a sit.
Look. I need a vacuum cleaner.
Hey, I know how electricity works.
Oh, well, we're all set then.
I guess I am.
Sweetie, could you bring me a drink? It's gonna be a long day.
I miss you a lot.
You know what? I don't miss you that much.
What?
I mean, I don't. I'm sorry. There's Dennis.
Anyways.
You know, it was easier defending King Kong.
An egg donor? That is really touching, you know? This is just what nice people.
I thought you were gonna be a housewife, and I come home to a greedy wife who's sleeping with my best friend.
Right?
Terrible.
I know.
But do you know why my mother did it?
Why she did what?
Why she went and had me in the first place? I mean, she could give two shits.
Okay, well I don't know about her. I don't know about her, but your mom.
She's a student of yours. Like,
It just
what is that?
let her be.
Okay.
Your mom, I don't know why. She was a totally different person when I knew her, and
What do you do?
I educate the minds of the young children that eventually get to you and sit there and sleep in class all day and go on Facebook and listen so intently to your lectures.
It's not my fault Western civilization is falling.
Everything I care about is milk. I need to have a glass of milk. Hey Tammy, I need some lettuce in here.
You want full custody, right?
Half is...
No, you don't want half. You want full custody. You want to have Terrence with you all the time.
Not on work days. On weekends, yes. Not
So you don't... You giving up your son?
Put the men down.
I'm out of here.